We're plugging away on the 2024 XRS MXZ 850. We got 2 items left to install. We have the Trail Blizzer ice scratchers. These will work on the 2024 model, and I'll show you why. So in the Trail Blizzer box, we have the 2 rail-mounted scratchers and then a box of hardware. It does require you to drill a pilot hole in the skid to keep the Trail Blizzer mount from spinning around. It also requires you to hog out one of the existing holes so that we can make through room for the larger bolt. There is 3 idler wheels on each side. And in the 2023 and 2022, they had this 3rd idler wheel mounted to the outside of the rail. And you can see here on the 2024, they've actually moved it back to the inside. So this skid is exactly set up the way that the 2021 and older R-Motion skids are set up. On the 2018, I actually mounted the Trail Blizzer here, so you can see it's like that. And then when it's at rest, we'll be just in front of this block. You could drill 2 new holes if you wanted to, but I'd like to minimize the number of holes I'm drilling in this skid. This is actually shaped so that it fits the shape of the Trail Blizzer, and then once you have a pilot screw in there, it won't let it spin around. So we want to make sure this L bracket is facing downward so that there's give in this, so that when you actually release them, they are sticking to the ground. Looks like it's right like that. So that position there is going to work good. All right. Let's see what size bit we need. It's probably in my other video. But, you know, we'll just roll it like this. All right, so we're going to take a 3/8 drill bit, and we're just going to hog this hole out a bit. Don't push too hard. We don't want to hit the idler wheel behind it. Oh, here, let me put the grip back in that one. There we go. That's through. A little bit of magic. And then we want to make sure this is upright and down. So this, we got to drill another hole for the smaller screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this bolt just temporary so that it doesn't move on me. If you're watching my last video where I put these on the 2018, we actually had this bracket going this direction. And that, it doesn't matter if it's going forward or backward. The only thing that matters is that these flat sides are totally perpendicular to the rail. In this case here, we don't have much room where we're mounting this. So I'm just gonna put it like that, hold it up, and then I'm gonna drill it out. That looks good. Again, you want to make sure you don't let the drill go too far through, because you don't want to hit the wheel behind.
It's a 14 mil.
So we need a 14 mil, and I've got the ratchet wrench here, which would be great. We're going to add the lock washer to the bolt. We're going to attach the actual mounting bracket to the Trail Blizzer like that. And then we're going to just put a dab of Loctite on the bolt. Thread the bolt in. Now I got that bolt set up against the back. We can add some Loctite to the little anchor bolt. And we're going to put the nut on the back of that. Can you grab me a little wrench for those two? These Trail Blizzers worked amazing in last year. I was just running studs on the 23, and we had a 2018 with, and I've never really had any problems with studded tracks and heating issues. And then we had the 18 with just the ice Cobra on, which should have been overheating like crazy. And it was the coolest sled of the group, running the Trail Blizzers, and I was overheating like mad all day. So, and it was kind of funny because if you watch the video of Barry's Bay, where I'm driving behind Drew, and ice chunks are hitting my helmet all day, coming off the Trail Blizzers. And you can look at our skid through the day, and his is covered in snow, and mine is bare black because it was getting no snow, ice, or coolant to cool it down.
It was the first episode of Barry's Bay, very end of the video, after we crossed that big lake.
Yeah. And then we're just going to tighten this down. These are really easy to install.
For the time that it takes to install and the ability to basically get more miles out of your high facts and keep your snowmobile from overheating on those low snow condition days, it's definitely worth it.
That's good. And then the last piece of this puzzle.
Yeah, there's a big nut.
Adding a nut to the scratcher tip. It's a carbide tip. Slap a lock washer on it. Little drop of Loctite. And then we're going to thread this in. And you want to thread it so that the tip is pointing down like that. So it's going to cut the ice, you know, when it's flipped straight down. So that'll be good. And then we're just going to hold this. We've got a wrench, so we need another 14 mil. So I'm just going to slide my wrench there, and then we're just going to tighten this up.
Interesting.
I want to make sure that this is
pointed straight down.
Pointed straight down like that. There we go. And this just tucks up like that when you're not using it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut a piece of fuel line to put over that rail to protect it. But that's as easy as it is. I'm going to install the other side now. Let's go. All right, we're back over to the other side. We know what we got to do over here. It's the same as the other side. This hole we're going to hog out. The bolt in here, we're going to drill a 1/4 inch. And I don't know why you wouldn't just order Blizzers instead of worrying about taking the knob off your rear shock and all the other mods people are suggesting. Loctite on the bolt.
Tank, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Nut goes on the back. We just tighten up the Blizzer now. There, it's tight.
You could actually get it from this side with a socket.
Thread this nut onto the carbide tip. And lock washer. Apply some thread locker. Okay, that's far enough. Make sure that's straight down, so when it's released like it is now, the tip is straight into the hard surface. We're going to take our 14 mils and we're going to tighten this up.
Oh, I just realized. I thought you were just grabbing the whole thing. It's actually indented, that big piece.
It is, no. It's perfect. It's 4 inch. There, perfect. And then we put it up in its home and we're done. And that's why the Trail Blizzers make perfect sense for the 2024 MXZ XRS with the Smart Shox, because they fit right on with that third idler wheel, and there's no modifications to your front shock. Let's get to the carbides. Here's the show.